Welcome back. Now here's Amber Doherty with your 5-day weather forecast.
The sun is unfortunately not out for long, but at least it'll warm up into your weekend. Today we've got a high of +6 with temperatures dropping down to a low -6 overnight. Tomorrow we'll see some sunny skies with increasing cloudiness in the afternoon and a chance of showers in the evening, high of +3. Sunday will bring us our April showers with a high of 14, and the rain will continue into Monday with a high of 12. And Tuesday the sun will come back out with a high of 13. That's all for your 5-day weather forecast. Have a great weekend. Now back to the newsroom.
The Liberal Leadership Contest is fast approaching. The national showcase event, in which 6 candidates will pitch for the last time to voters, is set to take place at Metro Toronto Convention Centre Saturday. The new Liberal leader will be announced in Ottawa on April 14th. Justin Trudeau is considered the frontrunner.
A class action lawsuit has resulted in the federal court awarding $887 million to thousands of disabled vets. The case involved a 3-decade-long federal government practice of holding back military pensions of injured soldiers based on the amount of disability payments they had received. The deal includes retroactive payments dating as far back as 1976.
U.S. President Barack Obama is offering to make cuts to federal Social Security pensions in a deficit deal with Republicans. In return, the Democratic president is seeking higher taxes on the rich. A senior administration official says the proposal would cut the deficit by $1.8 trillion over 10 years. The plan would also include cuts to Medicare spending for the elderly. The official spoke anonymously since the budget won't be released until next Wednesday. The two sides have been at a standstill, with Democrats opposing cuts to pensions, while Republicans have refused to accept tax increases.
A 6th person has died from a new strain of bird flu in China. In an effort to control the spread of the virus, Chinese authorities have halted the sale of live poultry at the Shanghai market, where the virus was first detected in pigeons. All poultry at the market is to be slaughtered in the first mass bird killing since the H7N9 strain of bird flu was first detected Sunday. Chinese health officials say people are likely contracting the virus through contact with infected fowl and not between people.
At least 41 people were killed and 50 injured when a building collapsed in Mumbai late last night. The building was under construction, and a spokesman for a Mumbai licensing authority said it was from substandard materials and shoddy methods were used to offer cheap rents to low-paid workers. Witnesses said the 7-story building collapsed like a house of cards. Rescue workers used cranes and bulldozers to search for survivors. Murder charges have been filed against the builders, though they have yet to be found.
What would you do if you won $50,000? One homeless man is deciding to pay it forward after winning big. Dennis Mahurin has been homeless and living in a tent for almost 20 years. But after winning a scratch-off ticket from a Circle K gas station in Illinois, his plan doesn't include changing his lifestyle. Even though Mahurin is now $50,000 richer, he plans to give back. He would like to help out the homeless around him and give them $100 each. Mahurin says he has 8 friends in mind for the cash, but expects more friends to come once they hear the news.
Now with your sports news, here's Andrew Millichamp.
Hey guys, the Toronto Maple Leafs came up short last night to the Flyers, losing 5-3. The big story though was Joffrey Lupul leaving the game with an injury after getting sandwiched between 2 Flyers. Head coach Randy Carlyle called it an upper body injury, but says Lupul felt fine after the game. Carlyle says Lupul might practice today, but isn't expected to miss any games. There are 6 games on the docket in the NHL tonight. In Canadian action, the Sens will head to Buffalo to play the Sabres. The only other Canadian team playing is the Flames, who will look to rebound from a brutal home loss by picking up a win in San Jose. The Jays picked up their first win of the season yesterday, beating Cleveland 10-8. The Jays were powered by 5 home runs, 2 of which were bombs by JP Arancibia. Edwin Encarnacion, Jose Batista, and Colby Rasmus had the other dingers. Jays reliever Steve Delabar picked up the win while Casey Janssen got the save. The Jays now turn to the Red Sox as they start a 3-game series down at the Dome. This will be the return of ex-Jay manager John Farrell, who left in the offseason to go to Boston. Farrell can expect a big and hostile crowd tonight as Jays fans look for revenge. There are 14 other games tonight in the major leagues. The Indians continue their trip in the AL East by heading down to Tampa to play the Rays. The Cubs and Braves will hook up in Atlanta, and the Nationals, the last unbeaten team in baseball, head to Cincinnati to face the Reds. In NBA action, it will be the battle of the disappointments as the Toronto Raptors are in Minnesota to play the Timberwolves. Both teams will miss out on the playoffs but are still playing for pride. The Raptors won the last meeting 105-86 in Toronto. The men's curling championship started their playoffs today. Canada clinched a berth yesterday despite losing both games. In the first playoff game, the Canadians will play Denmark, who beat them yesterday. The other playoff game will see Scotland play Sweden. The IIHF Women's World Championships are underway, and Canada takes its 2-0 record into tonight's game with Finland. Canada beat the U.S. 3-2 in the shootout to start the tournament before crushing Switzerland 13-0. Finland barely squeaked by Switzerland early in the tournament before losing to the U.S. The next round of the Davis Cup starts today. Canada sends Milos Raonic to play Fabio Fognini in singles action. Vasek Pospisil will face Andreas Seppi in the other singles match. Doubles action is scheduled for Saturday, and reverse singles matchups take place on Sunday. And don't forget the NCAA Final Four is on Saturday. Top-ranked Louisville plays surprising number 9 seed Wichita State in the early game before Michigan and Syracuse tangle in the late game. The winners will play for the championship on Monday. That's it for sports. Now back to the newsroom.
5 schools in Norway have postponed midterm exams so students can attend a Justin Bieber concert. The decision was made because of fears that some students would skip midterms to attend the concert. The country's education minister says he didn't intervene in the school's decision to reschedule exams. The Canadian pop star is wildly popular in Norway and is scheduled to perform in Oslo on April 16th and 17th.
That's all for Humber News today and for this semester, but we'll be back in September. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jesse Baines.
And I'm Sasha Lindsay. Humber News is written and produced by journalism students at the North Campus. You can also catch us on YouTube. Thanks for watching.